Hello again. Okay, so like I said I would definitely forgot a ton of things in the video last night, like early signs. I tried to post a couple of them on the actual post of what I forgot, but of course I thought of a million. It's hard to think when you're in the moment of different signs that we saw. But also a couple other things were, like I said on my post, he didn't have like any fear of danger, and he didn't ever want to try any new food. He has like a very set group of food that he likes, and I'll make a video just about food. I feel like that's very common. Also, loud noises really seem to bother him. A lot of autistic kids wear like headphones or like noise canceling headphones, ear things, and so that it's not too much stimulant for them. He's not so bad now, but before sometimes things would really bother him. Anyway, tonight I wanted to talk about when I told Gage that I thought we should get him tested. So I think it was July of 2017, we were at like a hometown festival carnival thing with some friends, and it was time to go. We told Ryker it was time to go, and he had a complete and utter meltdown. I'm talking like throwing himself around, would not walk, screaming, crying, an absolute fit, like the worst we had ever seen. And we had to physically carry him to the car, screaming, thrashing around. It was intense. And it took about 45 minutes to calm him down, and we were so frustrated because we just didn't know what to do. And so that night when we got home, got him calmed down, a couple hours later, all that, I had been making a list up to this point of things and reasons why I thought that he could be autistic, just like the things I listed last night. And then I had like research with it and like why I thought that. And I was like, this was months in the making, and I was like sick to my stomach to even bring it up to Gage. Because for those of you that don't know, I am not Ryker's biological mom. I won't get into detail about that, but he does live with me and us full time. He calls me mom. But to tell someone that you think like their blood is autistic, and he wasn't even my blood, it was very nerve-wracking for me. I mean, I can't imagine someone telling me that. So I had been preparing this. I was so nervous, but that event seemed like it was a good time. So I brought out all my papers, and I told him that I thought that we should get Ryker tested for autism. And it took me a long time to get those words out of my mouth. And he was like, yeah, me too. I was like, oh my God, I've been like working up to this and doing all this research. And he had been told by Ryker's daycare when Ryker was younger that there were signs that he could be on the autism spectrum, but no one really did anything about it. He did get some testing and was put into the category of developmentally delayed. That's when he like started speech and everything, but as far as autism, no one really like pushed it. So we had to talk about it that night. It was a good conversation. And then immediately the next day I started searching like all psychologists that did autism testing in the area. There were wait lists for everyone. And what I did is I just called every single one of them, talked to all of them, and I finally spoke to a woman named Valerie, which is the assistant of Dr. Nicole Bain in Linwood. And I got such a good vibe from her. I loved it. I loved our conversation, and signed him up for testing. That was the very beginning of, it was either the end of July or beginning of August of 2017. And he couldn't even get in until the end of October. So there's definitely a wait list. Then started calling insurance to see if it covered it. Insurance did not cover it. Forewarning, it is really expensive to get your child tested. I don't know about all the programs that are out there. I know there are some, but for us it was really expensive. And then we went in for a parent meeting. It was about a little over an hour. And then 2 weeks later, Ryker went in and had a 4-hour day with Dr. Bain. And then the next week went in, had another 4-hour. And then the next, I want to say it was like 2 weeks later, we went in and she had her whole evaluation. And it was just a parent meeting again. She explained so much stuff to us. She gave us a ton of information, a ton of resources. It was really, it was a relief for us because, I mean, in some ways it's better to know, right? Like, at least you know one way or another. It was that for us, as well as, like, we could kind of just start this new life we were about to have to start. It was like a starting point for us. And also, it kind of gave us, like, peace of mind that, okay, maybe he isn't just catching on. Sorry, low battery. Maybe it's not that he's just not catching on. It's that he probably just isn't understanding. Like, it was good to know that our kid wasn't just struggling as much as we thought. So from then on, we put him in a ton of wait lists for different kinds of therapies. Again, they're like a year wait list. He just got into therapy. Like, they do therapies pretty much is like to teach them how to, like, socially be appropriate. That's the kind of therapies they are. Anyway, so I guess I want to keep this under 10 minutes. And like I said yesterday, I might talk about triggers, but I need a little more time for that. So that is the story of when I told Gage. And it was definitely hard, but definitely worth it. And yeah, so tomorrow I will talk about triggers and then how we calm him down. And yeah, okay, thanks again.